Alright guys, welcome back to another episode of Ace Attorney Investigations, Miles Edgeworth. Last time, we found out who the culprit is. It turns out, it's actually, yeah. It turns out it's fucking Ambassador Albert. Unfortunately, he has extraterritorial rights. He has diplomatic immunity. Kinda bullshit. And yes, for those wondering, I actually fucked up my first 4 minutes of recordings, but we're gonna do it again because, like, you know. I can't believe it, sir. Extraterritoriality. So I'm because my mic was not on last recording, I have to do this again. So anyway, yes, there's nothing we could really do about that. In the end, we didn't have enough authority to bring him to justice. I can't believe that even though he's the boss, you can lay a finger on him. I know. I'm gonna speed up a bit, guys. Hey, Mr. Prosecutor, sorry to skip on you, but I've got some business to take care of. Smell you later. I can't even give anyone even got a slap on the wrist. Then what the heck are your lives created for? What good are they? The laws are corrupt. The law can't help us. Then I'll just go as the autographs and take care of this myself. Don't you dare, Kay. Mr. Edgeworth. Oh, sorry about that. It was a bit too harsh on my end. I know how you feel, sir. We're trying to take on the ambassador after all. And he did tell us earlier to get the hell out of the theater. This is kind of their country, I guess. But I feel like I've been slapped across the face for just doing my job. Nani? What am I going to do? Should I just retreat for now and formulate a better plan of attack? Come on, everyone. We can't just give up yet. Okay. How about you think about something for a second? We never let up for even a second as long as we don't stop investigating. We might even find a rotten treasure hidden here. She's right, sir. Come on, Mr. Edgeworth. You're definitely right, Kay. Very well, let us reopen the investigation and see what we find. Come on, Kay. Right behind you. Okay, then I'll check out Babel a bit more, sir. And I have something I need to take care of and investigate further in Alba. Looks like we're splitting up. Okay. Now then. Before I gather any more information, I should do a bit of housekeeping. As flowers erased from my organizer. Investigation lobby. Ambassador Alba seems to be agitated over something. Okay. Wonder why. There are two special circumstances that surround the ambassador. First, the embassy itself has extraterritorial rights. If something happens on Alabastian soil, we are unable to legally prosecute him. Cool, it sounds like embassies are a perfect place to steal whatever you want. And Murder Damas 2 run a smuggling operation and make counterfeit bills, apparently. I thought all the counterfeiting was done by Mr. Cochin in Babel. Yes, he apparently used the embassy's coupon printing press to do so. But it's the same story over there anyway. Babel has also extraterritorial rights. Which brings me to my next point. Ambassador's extraterritorial rights. Those rights are effective even in our own country. Really? No matter what happens, he can never be tried in our courts. He retains some very special rights indeed. Basically, no matter what wrongs he may have committed, we can't bring him to trial here. So I guess we really don't stand a chance, do we? We might be able to stand a chance if we can somehow nullify either one of those special rights. Okay. And that's okay. We've come too far to give up now. We must expose Ambassador Alba's misdeeds, Mr. Edgeworth. Yes, of course. And we gotta find a way to steal the truth and get it out there for my father's sake. Yes, and we will. The reason for Ambassador Alba's nervousness must still be here somewhere. Furthermore, I need to pin down exactly what happened in here. I'll start by thoroughly examining this room for information I can find. Mr. Edgeworth, if you don't pay attention, Ambassador Alba is gonna get away. Yes, I know. Now hurry up and do it. And do that swing thing you always do. I have no idea what you are talking about. What? You don't? Oh, come on. You know what I'm talking about. That thing you do. Oh, you talk about logic. Yes, that's it. So hurry up and let's swing already. Alright, alright. To be honest, it's been a bit hard to connect everything up to now just by looking. However, I should be able to piece things together if I have to take another look at my leads. Perhaps now is the time to use logic and reason my way to the truth. I think we can check our logic. Oh, yeah. Agitated Alba. Counterfeiting operation. Renovations. Maybe this and this? Good. We know that counterfeit bills are printed using the embassy's press, but the necessary materials such as the Babbly's ink and paper must have been hidden in a secure location. Well, what do you think would have happened if the renovation had begun? Well, he probably would have had a better hiding place, or get rid of it all, no? Right, so we can assume that the renovation was the cause of the plate and bills disposal, and the reason Mr. Cochin was killed as the ringleader of the smuggling operation. Based on what we know, who do you think was the one with the most to gain? Manny Cochin, no? Or Kirkus Alba? It's the one person who has been erasing all the evidence of the smuggling operation. From both embassies, the co-conspirator who's mopping up Ambassador Alba. Ambassador Alba had a very strong motive to kill Manny Cochin. I guess this connects. The cause of Ambassador Alba's agitation, the rotten treasure we may find, and the motive for killing Mr. Cochin. Miss Yu said it herself that she didn't kill anyone tonight, but if we were to take her words at face value, then the reason for the ambassador's nervousness can only be one thing. He didn't want us to discover the real circumstances under which Mr. Cochin was killed. And you mean Ambassador Alba is the real killer? But I thought the two of them were friends. Maybe they were, but what if Mr. Cochin was the one who first betrayed their friendship? Oh, I get it. Wasn't Mr. Cochin pushing really hard for Mr. Palliano to be ambassador after the reunification? Yes, and that was the real reason he wanted to steal Alabas's Primadux statue. So Mr. Cochin hired the mask too to steal it for him. But when Ambassador Alma found out he was up to, he killed Mr. Cochin? It is definitely a possibility at this point. Those two really were thinking of no one but themselves. But the question now is, how did he do it? Ambassador Alba was in Alabas, but Mr. Cochin's body was discovered in Babel, right? Right, and that is what we must solve next. How did the body move from one place to another? This was taken just before the two ambassadors gave away their bouquets to the Steel Samurai. Wait, is it just my imagination? Or is there something in this picture that I've seen before? That troublemaker standing there smack in the center making two peace signs. Wow, the Steel Samurai stands out even more than the two ambassadors in this picture. Oh hey, the person playing the Steel Samurai is one of your friends, right? No, I have no idea who he is. Fucking Larry. Wait, but you just said he. You must know, which gender he was, so you must know him, right? Kay's a bit slow. I beg that you please refrain from talking about that person with me ever again. What is Larry up to? Mr. Palliano really has a great smile, don't you think? I bet he was really happy when they were going to become Godopia again. Perhaps, but instead he became the greatest victim in today's case. An ambassador like him who always think of his country is really to be admired. Or so it seems. Yes, although this happened, I hope they're able to reunite the country someday. I hope so as well, but for that to happen, we need to solve this case first. Need to see to it that those who would harm the new Godopia are locked away. And we will. Can't believe he was pretending to be a harmless old grandpa. Talk about deceptive. I don't suppose anyone expected him to change that drastically. It's like, huh, he went from having no back pain to like, oh shit, this guy's huge. What the hell? I bet he's thinking of something evil behind that cheery smile. Okay, please try to remain calm and focused on the here and now. Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry I got all worked up there. Well, the only way we're gonna be able to steal the truth is if we keep on investigating. Something feels off. The flowers. Seems that the lilies are at the center of this bouquet when an accident chamomile. Wow, I can totally smell the wonderful fragrance. Okay, this is just a picture. I know that. Look, it's nice to imagine things once in a while, you know. But where's your sense of empathy? If you can smell the fragrance of flowers from a photo, that's more like a hallucination. You don't have to be so mean about it. Let's just drop this before it's in full bloom. Here's me a bouquet of Parisian cyclamens and roses. Wow, you even know the exact species. Never figured you were an expert on flowers. It's all because of those flowers that the old lady sends me every month. Just look at me, I sound like some sort of botanist. So what exactly is this yellow flower here? That one. Not so sure. Looks like a 5-leaf clover. Nanny, you don't know? As far as I can recall, I've never seen a flower like this before. Feels as though I've seen this shape somewhere before. I think we have to do something. He has a wound. It's a counterfeit plate used to make the counterfeit Zheng Fa bills. It's incredibly detailed, and includes a phoenix taken off into the sky. With plates as finely crafted as these, it's no wonder the fakes are so hard to spot. Why does that look familiar, though? I'm trying to figure this out. Should we put the statues? Could this piece of evidence be related to this photo some? Huh? Well, nope, I don't think it's related at all. God damn it. Even though I know she's right, she could have at least tried to humor me a little. Huh, what am I supposed to deduce from here? Am I deducing this? Or deducing... Is it maybe the knife? No, the key. Oh, wait, that looks... Wait, why is this one 4? That one's 5? Knife? Babel's national symbol is the butterfly, and Alabas is the flower. It would appear that someone is employing the old hide a tree in the forest trick. What are you mumbling to yourself about? Wait, what? The handle on this knife? Huh? Yes, it's the handle that was supposed to be on the blade that killed Mr. Cochin. The weapon that killed him was carried through the Detrum Neutralis. In the very bouquet, Ambassador Alba was... That's the knife? That's the knife! In the bouquet! Are you kidding me? The flower motif. It looks like one of the flower petals is missing. Oh, take a look at the weapon itself. It's missing the exact same petal. Then the knife in this photo is most definitely the same as the murder weapon. Flower motif petals are separate. I believe we now understand why Ambassador Alba was so nervous and agitated. I think he needed to get rid of the knife, perhaps? I think the knife... It must have something to do when Mr. Cochin was killed. A place where Alabasian ambassador was likely to meet the Babylonian Mr. Cochin. I think it's is it... Was he actually killed on, like... Here? This area is rather suspicious, don't you think? You really think so? Because I don't see anything odd about it. I guess it's not related to it after all. Fuck! Sir Edgeworth, if you keep doing that, Miss Master Alba's gonna get away. Come on. See your treasure is known as the truth. Agreed, let's see what we can find. Fuck. Was it here? The only place that makes sense is here, at the Theatrum Neutralis. Nani, here? But why here? The Goodwill event was being held here today, correct? And the only place that both of them would be able to be is here. If that's the case, then everything changes, no? This theater isn't actually Alabastian land, so that wipes out one of those extraterritorial rights he has. It makes logical sense, but in which case it is a reason for us to investigate further here. So what should we check out? Let's see. I believe we should check out the immigration records for both Alabas and Babel post haste. Babel's record should be easy to obtain, however the problem will be Alabas. I wonder if they would allow us to see their records, despite the order to vacate. I'm already one step ahead of you, Miles Edgeworth. Francisca. I have here the security footage from both Alabas and Babel. You would do well to look at its contents. Footage. You move on very fast. Avon Karma strives to be perfect in every way possible. It's not in my nature to keep on retreating like this. I took the liberty of looking over Babel investigation reports as well. From now on, you will make no excuse to back down or say we can't solve this case. I'm very sorry about earlier. We won't be beaten, because my cute little subordinate is going to try his very best, isn't he? Hasn't she patronized me enough already for a lifetime? So this video contains footage of Alabastian immigration screening area? I really hope there's something in here that we can use. Alright then. Check the footage! 5:21 p.m. Him. Huh? Which minute footage should I examine? 5:23, no? Doesn't something about this lump shape strike you as odd? Isn't it supposed to be this shape? No, there's clearly something odd about the bulge. If we only had the push card itself, we could compare and confirm my hunch. Now let us check the footage from Babel's security camera. Hope it shows something good. Phooey, there wasn't a single sign of a suspicious person or anything. That right there is the contradiction. Huh? Did I miss something? You didn't miss anything, because there is nothing to miss. However, what is missing is the image of Mr. Cochran entering his own country. Wasn't his body found in Babel? The cart? It would appear that the true face of our final puzzle has finally revealed itself. He was killed before we got in, no? And we got our HP restored a little bit. Thank God. Huh. Ambassador Alba. I thought I'd ask you and your group to vacate the premises, Mr. Edgeworth. Actually, I thought I should let you know that this theater sits on my country's soil. You've had your fun, and I've enjoyed our little game. But I dare you to say that you even achieved a new high score. However, once you recorded a score, that same game can never be replayed again. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? Your game is done, and it's game over. No. Where do you think you're going at this time of night? After admitting to my crime, I was overcome with regret. So I am heading to the airport now to return home. I'm afraid I can't let you do that. There are still too many issues that we need to discuss with you. You can't stop me, Mr. Edgeworth, and you know it. Ugh. Hold it. Oh, please, may I have a little bit of your time, Ambassador Alba? Ambassador Palliano? Even just a tiny bit of the time is fine with me. The already strained relationship between our countries is in a very precarious situation, you know. Very well, if you insist. I will play one more round with them and see what they want. Not that they'll get any farther from me. Ambassador Palliano. Mr. Edgeworth. All I wish for you is the normalization of relationships between our two countries. But there is one person standing in our way of that dream. I believe in you, and you'll do what's right. Thank you for your vote of confidence. Alright, fine then. Now then, what is it you wanted to ask me about? I do have a flight to catch after all. So I'm afraid I'm going to have to limit you to just one question. That's more than enough because I have one question anyway. I want to hear your alibi about how you couldn't have killed Mr. Manny Cochin. Huh. Oh, I see. So you seem to have a good hand this time around, huh? This should be fun. This really is the very last chance we have to bring him down. I won't even allow an atom-sized contradiction to slip by. Let's do this. This alibi. Frankly, I don't understand why I'm being placed under suspicion here. Under your hypothetical scenario, Mr. Coach and I were fellow smugglers. But to get to the point, I was in Alba the whole time. So it's simply not possible for me to kill him in Babylon, and that is my alibi. So that is your alibi? That is correct. It is simply not possible for me to have committed such a crime in Babel. Now that we cleared that up, I appreciate if you would move out of my way. I said hold it. What is it this time? I thought I told you that I only allow one question. You did. But you still have yet to really answer my one question. Nunny. Until you tell us the truth, I will refuse to budge an inch from where I'm standing. Very well. I'll play with you just a little longer. Miles Edgeworth as my subordinate and representative of this country's prosecutors. You are forbidden to lose. Of course, this is something I've understood from the start. That guy's the one who ordered my father killed, isn't he? Yes, I believe so. The goal of the first Yatagarasu was the capture of the smuggling ring's leader. My father and Uncle Bad. Their legacy will live on through me. That's why we've got to catch him. Okay? We will, and I promise. Now, Ambassador Alba, let's have the truth now, shall we? No matter how many times you ask, my answer remains the same. Dang. Whew, okay. Being the leader of the smuggling ring while taking on the duties of ambassadorship. Don't you think that combination is more than enough reason for suspicion? Then there is the matter of the crossbow arrows and the primitive statues. Objection? Oh, that is nothing more than flights of fancy. What do you mean by that? Fellow smugglers. It is not a hypothesis. Earlier we proved it to be what happened. Well, let's leave that to one side for now. Because it doesn't change the fact I have no motive. Oh, so you really had no reason to kill Mr. Cochin? If you want to suppose I had one, then why not? I'll indulge you. After all, this is nothing more than a silly game to me. If that is how you see things, I appreciate if you take me seriously. I'm sorry. I suppose you're a bit of a pickle. Very well, a game is no fun if the playing field isn't level. Therefore, I formally claimed I had no motive to kill her. Now let's see you disprove it. How could he stand there looking so proud when he knows he killed another human being? Well, I'm not going to stand by and watch him get away with his crimes. Motive, huh? Are you serious that you were because you were partners, that you had no motive to kill? I'm only following your hypothetical scenario to its logical conclusion. Looks like he's not going to admit it himself that he was in league with Mr. Cochin. Suppose not. But I do know his relation to the smuggling ring. And to Mr. Cochin. You mean he's the ringleader and that Mr. Cochin was his subordinate, right? Correct, but I know more than just that. Miss Von Karma, I'm sure you remember the safe in Mr. Cochin's office, correct? Yes. The safe had 2 compartments to it, didn't it? Yes, and why do you think those stolen goods were being stored in Mr. Cochin's office? Could it be because he was trying to cheat Ambassador Alba behind his back? So Mr. Cochin didn't turn the goods over, but instead to keep them for himself? I suppose that's possible. It seems to me that both men were only concerned for their own wealth and well-being. Then well, that means that they didn't have a trusting relationship after all. What Ambassador Alba had to gain. I believe that is his motive for killing Mr. Cochin. What are you people whispering amongst yourselves over there? Oh, I'm sorry that I've kept you waiting. Now then, let's continue with your testimony.
Hold it.
And what exactly did you do while you were in Alabas? I had a meeting with the Steel Samurai, and then I arranged a few files. And around that time, that thief was sneaking in and took me by surprise.
Are you saying that the mask too that made the first move?
And yes, it was after I was attacked that I hit him on the head with the primitive statue. Fortunately, he died from the blow, and it was an act of justified self-defense. I object. Calling it doesn't cover up what you really did. Cover up? No, my boy, I'm not covering up anything. I'm telling the truth.
You weren't planning to admit it, which is why you tried to frame the Steel Samurai. If you weren't an ambassador, I'd be letting my whip fly loose on you right now.
I'm terribly sorry that I didn't even clean up the body better. I am a busy man after all. I had a speech to give to the Rose Garden after that, you know. Yet despite all that, you still had time to Mr. Cochin, didn't you? Man is evil, and I'm sure you're familiar with the facts, but Mr. Cochin was killed in battle, which I was all the way in Alabast. You insist that it's not possible for you to kill Mr. Cochin in Babel. And you are correct. Oh, and I thought you would put up a bit more of a fight. But if you must concede to me, the only thing I must be conceding is that it's not possible for you to kill him in Babel. I am not conceding that your alibi is the truth. Oh, I see. However, no matter how much you try, you can't crush my alibi. You would be wise not to underestimate the prosecutor of this country. Heh, we'll see about that. So Mr. Cochin was a friend of Ambassador Alba.
If that's true, why did the ambassador kill him? If that's not like in the case of my father where he ordered someone to do it. The problem is why we have here is we don't know what their exact relationship was.
Indeed, but if they had a complete trust in each other, then there's no motive for murder. However, both men were very selfish, and I believe that is where his motive arose.
I think I'm gonna save here, just in case. Back towards episode 1. I think it's this one. A motive, huh? You have a motive. Is it the videotape?
Fuck. That statement directly contradicts this piece of evidence. Does it now? Not that it really matters to me either way. But you're really sure my statement contradicts that piece of evidence? Judging by his overconfident attitude, I guess this piece of evidence wasn't related to his statement.
I thought it's because of the KG8 incident. Miles Edgeworth, you can't chase him down with that kind of evidence.
Yes, I know. Let's take confident and rationally think about this, because it's not possible to take this man down.
I'm loading.
because I know it's this statement. It has something to do with a motive. I feel like a motive would be around here, no? Could it be the Yatagarasu key? No. Fucking A. I thought it was the Yatagarasu's key. Maybe something else. I'm gonna keep trying, guys. Don't worry, guys. I'm not washed up. I am not washed up from this damn investigation. Fucking A. Fucking A. I need an alibi, bro. No, I need like actual like indictment. Should we bring out the videotape? Am I bringing out the videotape? Maybe it's the video tape. I need a motive. Fuck. Fucking A. Now I'm just making bad mistakes. It has to be something related. I just know it. It has to be something related. Fucking A. Wait. Oh! Because Manny Cochin hired Damas too. I think that's the motive. Yeah, that's the motive. Okay, and now it's just me being dumb. I could have figured this out after all. If you want to know, I believe you did have a motive to kill. It was because Mr. Cochin had betrayed you. And you had your own reason too, namely because you wanted to pin the smuggling all on him. Evil begets evil after all. And because you were trying to test each other, it turned into this mess. I don't believe this. You had a bad penchant for telling tales, Mr. Prosecutor. And if you're not, I suppose you have some proof to support your argument. I never use guesswork in moving my cases forward. It has been proven that this note was written by Mr. Cochin's hand. Shall we take a look at it? The content of the note is a request calling for the theft of Alabas's Primnic statue. By killing him and pushing all of the guilt for all the smuggling onto him, you walk away spotless. I believe you understand what I'm driving at. You had more than a few reasons to kill him. Are you finished with your hypothesizing? Excuse me? Let's suppose I did have a motive. Even so, a motive or thought alone can't kill. Isn't that right? I didn't expect to resort to playing the semantics game with me, but it appears that this is where the real battle will begin. Now then, if you will excuse me. Wait, Nani! Don't leave! I told you the very beginning, didn't I? You only get one question. Ambassador Alba, if you could please just give us a little bit more of your time. It doesn't matter what kind of man Manny was. He was my subordinate. Which is why I would like for us to figure out the real cause of his death. That is something for Battle to figure out, and which I have something that I have no relation to. Ah. Now he's even turning out a request from Ambassador Palliano. I'm very sorry for this, but even my voice falls on deaf ears. There's no need for you to apologize, Ambassador Palliano. You must find some way to stop him from leaving. It seems there are no further objections. In that case, allow me to return home. Hold it.
Okay. Hold it right there, Ambassador Alba.
Okay.
Like I said, Mr. Edgeworth, the Yatagrasso's legacy will live on through me.
Yes, but how do we suggest we stop him from leaving?
You just leave that to me. Master Alba, do you recognize this?
No. And why should I recognize that tattered old organizer? Wait. Where have I seen that before?
That is the clue my father, Bern Faraday, left for us.
Did you say Bern Faraday?
Mr. Faraday's organizer? Don't tell me this is the one from the second KG-8 incident.
The one in which you wrote about the Yatagarasu key?
Yes, this organizer belonged to my prosecutor. You had Miss Yu killed 7 years ago.
I have no idea what you're talking about. You say that like it was related to me.
Inside this organizer, he wrote up every detail of every evil thing you did.
What an amusing little girl you are, but that sort of trickery won't work on me.
If you won't believe me, then take a look at this.
And what is that toy there?
Little thief.
That's...
This thievery device was used by the Yatagarasu, who read it by my father. 70 years ago, he used this when he snuck into this embassy.
Nani?
These two pieces of evidence that hold information the Yatagarasu dug up on you. If you go home now, I won't hesitate to send it all to Alabas right behind you.
Little girl, get to the point.
I want you to go up against Mr. Edgeworth one more time. If you win, I'll hand over these two pieces of evidence.
Yatagarasu, ever the thorn in my side.
Okay, does that organizer really contain any information on his dirty dealings? It's nothing case-breaking, really.
Then it was simply just a bluff.
But if it was, we still can't let all the info my father and Uncle Bad go to waste. Just the existence of Little Thief is troublesome enough for him. These two pieces, aren't they just keepsakes of your father? It's okay. I believe Mr. Edgeworth will come out on the top in the end.
Okay.
When the going gets tough, someone's gotta be there to put the wind back in your sails. After all this time, you're still quite the feisty one. I applaud your powerful nature.
Whoops.
I refuse to lose this too. Ambassador Alba, you won't be returning home until you give us further testimony.
How dare you all, barring a person like me. Ambassador Alba, your testimony if you please. Urgh. Son of a bitch. Alright, but this is the absolute last. Even if you use all your powers up Ambassador Palladino's office, you won't stop me. I can't let this opportunity case created for me to let go to waste. The last time I met Mr. Culture was here at the Theater Neutralis. After that, I was in Alabas the rest of the time, as I stated earlier. In any case, I did not see Mr. Cochin again after that. So you see, there's no time span which I could have killed him. Wouldn't you agree? Now, since you were practically begging, I'll allow you to question me.
What an arrogant old man.
Yes, but no matter, we can't allow this chance to escape us. I will warn you, though, you've reached the end of my patience. Waste my time with inane questions, and you will be punished. So any needless pressing or presenting will hurt our case?
In that case, the only thing you can do is present the correct evidence. Understood?
Of course. I don't intend to let him intimidate me. I know Mr. Cochin was killed before he returned to Babel. In which case, there's only one statement to which I need to present the evidence.
Okay, no pressing. Uh-oh. So we can't press. Is it the first statement or the fourth statement? I'm trying to think right now. I think it must be the first statement, no? Met Colchin at Theater Neutralis. I think this thing says otherwise, no? We did not see Colchin at all in this thing right here. There we go, easy. I'd like it for you to take a look at this picture. It's a rather nice picture, isn't it? It was to commemorate the restoration of relations between our nations. Oh, it's a commemorative, alright. One that captures the proof that I need to show that it was you who committed the murder. Come again. This is the knife that I killed Mr. Colchin. I see you recognize it as well as you should. Or it is you who brought it to the theater. You hid it among the flowers you were to give to the Steel Samurai. Meaning that you killed Manny Colchin here at the theater. It's time for me to catch my flight. I object. We're not through yet. It is game over for you, Mr. Edgeworth. But I thank you for this entertainment. Ugh. No matter how passionately you orate, the end result will still be the same. I won't be returning to this country ever again. That's right. This man is an ambassador, and he has extraterritorial rights. No matter how hard we chase after, we won't be able to have him tried in court. And yes, exactly the face you should be making. The face of a worthless cur. Can't be over. One more testimony. Now then, ladies and gentlemen, I must bid you farewell. The courts. Is there no one who could lay a finger on this man? Is this really the end? Oh shit! Agent Lang! Whoa! Sorry to keep you waiting, Mr. Prosecutor. Get the hell out of my way. My plane is scheduled to take off soon. Sorry, but you're not going anywhere, Mr. Alba. I am through playing games with you people. You can't touch me. Even if you do, it would spark an international incident, Agent Lang. Sorry, no, but it wouldn't. Nunny. Hey, Mr. Prosecutor. Good job holding the fort down here while I got back. So, Mr. Alba, your diplomatic immunity has just been revoked. Nunny, what the fuck do you mean, revoked? Spare me this nonsense and let me through. Hell no. Langzy says, before aiming for the throat, chew the next shield off first. An Interpol headquarters in the Imperial household of the Kingdom of Alabas. Took a while to get things rolling, but they finally moved on it. The Imperial household? You? What have you done? You have been relieved of your duties as an ambassador. You have been relieved of your duties as an ambassador, Mr. Alba. What? What? Nani? Whoa! Effective today, and effective right now. And you have Mr. Prosecutor's videotape to thank for this. The video of the autographs are protected? You can't be arrested simply because you're an ambassador? In that case, I thought I'd strip you of that title. You underestimate me, a descendant of the founder of detainment philosophies Langzy. 4,000 years of deeply entrenched connections and networks around the world have really paid off.
I can't be! I don't believe this! What happened to my... Oh, my back! What happened? What just happened to me? My ambassadorship has been revoked? Are you kidding me?
It looks like you're finally coming to grips with your new standing. Woohoo! Looks like he's turned docile again. He's probably in shock by the loss of his shield. What a shame. I had so wanted to use my whip on him.
Why is this happening to me? I'm just a hard-working, honest ambassador, old man.
Do you really think that you could still pull on us now? We've already ripped away the mask and seen you for who you really are, Mr. Alba. Oh God, he's back to military mode.
No, I won't be stopped now. He still intends to fight us.
So what if I'm no longer an ambassador? You still don't have any evidence on me. The fact remains you cannot arrest me. Heh, I expected no less from you, the boss of the smuggling ring. Well, the rest is up to you, Mr. Prosecutor.
Understood. You say that I killed Mr. Cochin in the theater.
Even that's true. There was no knife in my... Even if it was true there was a knife in my bouquet. I left that bouquet in the theater. So if anyone could have taken it out from there and used it right. Besides, the claim that he was killed here itself is very odd. After all, wasn't his body directly discovered in Babel? Are you claiming that I carried his body all the way over here? Over there? Preposterous. I'll be the one to prove whether it's preposterous or not. Ugh. You really are annoying.
Ex-Ambassador Alba, are you ready? Because this is no game. This is war.
Whoa! That's fire. Okay, that's fire. Oh hell yeah.
I killed Mr. Coach in this theater using the knife that was stuck in my bouquet. I left that bouquet in the theater. Anyone could have taken the knife from there. Besides, Mr. Colton's body was discovered in Babel, right? There is no way for me to have transported his body from the theater to Babel. Look, do you think you've had enough fun with me? You've already stolen my ambassadorship from me. Would you have me surrender too?
You have no plans to ever return to this country, isn't that right? Did you know that a bunch of your subordinates are seeking asylum because of you?
As if I fucking care.
Hey, Mr. Prosecutor, boot this guy out of the embassy and we could finally end everything.
I know. I will just give it my all to see that he leaves in handcuffs. Without the title of ambassador, he is just another witness.
Yes, just another witness. Alright, what are you waiting for? Let's get this guy.
And get him for good. I wonder if they understand that all I can do is just present evidence to the testimony.
That's basically all we've been doing. Or Edgeworth has been doing.
Hold it. That's right. I explained earlier, didn't I? The commemorative photo shows that you had the knife in your personage. You have no proof that the bouquet was prepared by me, isn't that right? Excuse me? The fact that there was a knife in the bouquet was something I wasn't aware of. What a pathetic excuse! The weapon that was used is one of your national treasures. Isn't it something that anyone other than you could touch, let alone take? I allowed some of my subordinates to handle them. It could have been my secretary. You're an even bigger slimeball than I thought. You would push the guilt on Mr. Cochin's murder onto one of your subordinates. In any case, the fact that the knife was in the bouquet means nothing. Hold it. You still wish to deny your actions. And you still wish to deny reality, accuse me of murder. Nani? I am not in denial.
Even though he's not an ambassador anymore, he's still got a real bad attitude. I believe it's because he's no longer an ambassador that he can let himself speak freely. If he's not going to holding anything back, then neither should I.
Wait, for the sake of the case, please refrain from what I think you're about to do. Quite the pair of frightening women you are.
But I digress. Emu was found in Babel. He was killed somewhere else. I object. Stop bluffing. You can't prove what you're claiming. If this were a court material in my country, you have already been removed from the room. Are you taunting us on purpose? Because I'd be happy to show you my claws. This is the weird fucking glasses you have, man. Hold on, Agent Lang. Allow me to fight him my way with evidence. Guys, you guys don't have to do my battles for me. I got this, guys. I was just joking. I'm not so easy rougher by the lengths of him. Well, too bad. Though I am no longer an ambassador, it still could have been an international incident. If you have the will to threaten us with that mouth of yours, then perhaps you could use it to return to the testimony. Very well. But to be fair, you should watch what you say as well. Are you sure about that? Is that really so? You could have easily blackmailed your subordinates, be quiet, and then move the body. That's quite an insult to me and my subordinates, and I'm afraid we can't have that. It's very difficult to enter my embassy, as the guards have always conducted a thorough check. If someone so much makes an unnatural movement, it will arouse their suspicions. Come to think of it, there wasn't anything unnatural about him in the footage. Ugh. Wait. Let me think about that for a second. Mr. Alba said the guard would become suspicious if someone acted unnaturally. But then, by the same token, the guard would not become suspicious if someone were to act naturally. If we were to retrace Mr. Albert's movements, we should find some hint to solving this case. Right after the Steel Samurai stage show, he went back to Alabas, right? From there, he started preparing his speech in the Alabastian embassy. It does sound like it was impossible for him to go to the Babylese embassy. He couldn't have gone to Babel, but the body didn't remain at the theater either. Is it possible that the body was temporarily taken to a different location first? We are in a standpoint of what could be evidence, but it depends on what the fuck happens, so... I think we have to present here. Objection! Easy. Actually, I do believe there was a way to transport the body out of the theater. Perhaps you should give this a look. What is that supposed to be? It's footage from a security camera that captured the state of the immigration area. Should I congratulate you on getting your hands on it? Just letting you know that we're not the only ones watching your every movement. Thank you for your warning. Now if you could please take a good look at this section here. This lump here inside the pushcart, don't you know what's causing it? Should I? Because I don't. In that case, allow me to enlighten you. That's the body. This is the cause of the unnatural lump under the off in the pushcart. Nutty, what is the meaning of showing me that? It's to say that the unnatural bulge in the pushcart is Mr. Cochin's body. You had the Steel Samurai wheel his body away from the real crime scene. What a guess. But I wonder if you have any evidence to support it. I admit it for that for now, but as a hypothesis, however. If you can't prove it, I'm afraid I must be on my way. I don't have any more time to play with you people. Hold it.
What? I'm sorry it took so long, Mr. Edgeworth, sir.
Oh, Gumshoe with the clutch. Gummy?
Detective Gumshoe is at the Steel Samurai's pushcart. Yes, sir, I found it in the open-air stage area. So that's where you went. The detective spirit that Potsby left with. I thought I'd follow my gut and go with it, sir. So, Mr. Edgeworth, is this worth anything to the case? Yes. It might just play a major role in solving this case, detective. But something isn't right. I thought that the entire samurai family was in Alabas. Where exactly in the open-air stage area did you push this cart? I just found a liner at the edge of the stage, sir. Oh. Well, let's leave that for now and examine inside, detective. Yes, sir. Steel Samurai Daddy. Use this pushcart to wheel the Iron Infant around. The Iron Infant is the Steel Samurai's and the Pink Princess's kid, right? Wait a second. I know, like, Larry Butts mentioned something about that. Yes, he made an appearance at the end of the stage show. It was a rather fitting end to the whole thing. That the Steel Samurai was unwillingly forced to move the body is just unforgivable. What is inside? Blood! It's blood! This must be Mr. Cochin's blood. It only goes to prove that Mr. Cochin's body was indeed transported by this pushcart. I believe you understand what this means, correct? You killed Mr. Cochin at this theater and then placed his body inside this pushcart. And then you forced the Steel Samurai to willingly move the body for you. I forced him to move the body into Alabast? What nonsense! Why would I bother to do such a thing? You were scheduled to make a speech in Alabas. It's meaning it would be very difficult for you to make a stop in Babel. How about what if you just moved the body to Alabas? Because it was your embassy, you could keep an eye on it and tamper with the evidence. And then you smuggle it out of Alabas. No! If I could show you how you moved the body from Alabas to Babel, then I win. But you can't. The security between the two countries is incredibly tight. I'll be the one to judge whether I cannot prove it. So I can ask you to provide with us testimony regarding your movements after you return to Alabas. Miles Edgeworth, have you figured it out? Do you know how the body was moved? To be honest, I have nothing to support my hypothesis at this time. However, I don't believe I made a mistake in my logic up to this point. Which means there is no question that can't be answered, right? The primitive statue was smuggled successfully through a brief flight through the air. So why shouldn't there be an answer to this how the body was moved? Which means there can only be one logic flaw somewhere I can exploit. Is it the music time? No, it's not. After I returned to Alabas, I had my picture taken with the Steel Samurai shaking hands. And just when I was to start my speech, the autographs had appeared. I feared for the national treasure, so I raced back to my office. 3 statements, huh? Is that all? Yes, that's all. It looks like you left out a few things, such as the murder of Damas, too. Furthermore, you left out the part about meeting with me in your office. Those trifling matters. I don't believe I need to speak up those things again. Because it's so convenient that you brought up those things before. I do so hate to waste time. Money? Is not every life precious? Do you really need me to answer that question for you? People like you cannot be allowed to wander freely through society. Then you better try hard, because I doubt you'll find a single contradiction. He's really full of himself, isn't he? Yes, he is, unfortunately. But how could he be so confident at a time like this? Come, don't be shy. Go ahead and ask whatever you like. Something is wrong here. Something is definitely wrong. So why was it only with the Steel Samurai? I thought it was the Pink Princess was also around. The Pink Princess was suffering from a bad hip at the time. The doctors recommended that she rest. Wow, so you do have a soft side after all. The pain of a bad hip.
I suppose none of you can really understand how it feels. Oh, so you tend to straighten your back as well, huh? Isn't it because you're so normally all hunched over? Yes. He did need to keep up the act no matter what, so I suppose. The point of that is just to not discuss my back problems. For about 15 minutes after our handshake, I was in my office preparing for the speech.
Hold it!
The Yadagrassi was just a trick that you had set up. A most amusing joke, and how are you pros that I set it up? If you really want to know, I can explain in detail for you. You arranged the spotlights in the rose garden so that when you were to take the stage, the audience would see the Yadagrassu's shadow. Oh, is that an interesting tale? Sadly, it has nothing to do with me. You? What's it going to take for you to fess up to anything? Very well then, let's move on to a different question. After the Yadagrassu appeared, what was the state of the rose garden? Everyone took refuge inside the embassy. I even helped with the effort. And then once everyone was inside, well...
Hold it!
And what happened after you returned to your office? I don't want to keep on repeating this, however. Upon my return, I had a stroke of bad luck and bumped into the masked man. And I don't want to keep on repeating this either. But his name was the Mask too. Who cares what he was called? By the time he got to the Primanex statue, he was supposed to steal. And I'd already been swapped for the fake. Talk about an unlucky man. Being bludgeoned to death with a fake statue. Damn, that's a lot of whip. Miss Feeling Karma's really letting her whip fly now.
Oh, I don't want to get caught with that. I think the scary part is her silence while she's doing it.
She must be at the limit of her patience as well. But the physical attacks are meaningless here. Only evidence will suffice. I can't find a single flaw in his argument. Damn it! At this rate, I won't be able to prove that he's actually guilty of anything. Are we finished here? Miles Edgeworth, can you not come up with how the body was moved to Babel?
Sir!
Mr. Edgeworth! Even after proving so much, is he going to just get away with it? No. Larry Butts! Larry Butts, where are you? Is this the end? Hold it! It appears that we made it just in time. Oh, Wendy! It'd be your great honor if you allow us to be your allies in battle.
Viva paid magistrate, it's time for you to pay!
It's the Steel Samurai. No, you're mistaken, for I am. Steel Samurai Daddy, married man to Neo Old Tokyo. And this is Pink Princess Mommy.
Edgy Poo! Oh god. I would like to get away from her.
Gah. The two people I wanted to see the least.
Larry! What are you two doing here?
Way to show your gratitude, Edgy. We just wanted to help you. Yeesh. I'm gonna get the bad guy with a single thrust of my samurai spear.
Go away. I fucking don't like you, Larry. Please go away. Please. How can you be so mean to us, Edgy Poo? All three of us came to lend a hand and this is how you treat us?
Well, this isn't this grand. I see they managed to find the Iron Infant.
Does that mean matter right now? Seriously?
Hey. Is it just me, or is the Iron Infant completely soaked? Oh yeah. I found it in Babel, but he was in the middle of the pool.
Wait a second. Larry, go back to what you just said.
Huh? It appears that we made it.
No, not that far back, you damn idiot. Something about finding the Iron Infant in Babel. And he found it in a pool? I don't recall ever there being a pool in Babel.
Oh, that. Well, I was in Alabasta the whole time, so I have no idea how the Iron Infant would wind up in Babel. I thought I had lost him in the Rose Garden.
But I guess this cute kid can't... Maybe this cute kid can swim, huh?
Wait, what?
Larry, you lost the Iron Infant in the Rose Garden?
Are you sure about that?
Is that what you was trying to do while we were escaping? Get the Iron Infant? Yeah, I'm sure, but I found him in...
That's enough, Larry.
The Iron Infant that Larry lost managed to move between the two countries. Furthermore, the Iron Infant was found soaked in the middle of a pool. This may be what I'm looking for. It's another smuggling route between the countries. The key to the route the Iron Infant traveled from Alba to Babel is... Yatagarasu? Is it not the Yatagarasu? No, wait. As Miss Yu was the Yatagarasu. It's very unlikely that the Yatagarasu is the key. In that case, how exactly... Counterfeiting. Or to move the counterfeit bills that placed in Babel. Someone must have made a secret route allowing to transport it all. Wait, if there was such a route, Agent Lang and his men would have found it already during their investigation. Bilaterals. What the fuck does that mean? Oh, that's right. The embassy was built on bilateral symmetry in mind. Detective Gumshoe.
Oh, yes, sir.
There's a location I wish for you to examine post-haste. It's where I believe the route was used to smuggle Mr. Cochin body lies.
Does something like that really exist, sir?
Here? Detective Gumshoe, I would like for you to examine this location.
You got it, sir. I'm back, sir.
Good, now report.
Sorry, but there was something interesting in there, sir.
Nutty! I was wrong!
Mr. Edgeworth, if you can't make me go out there, sir, I'll probably, like, get tired or anything like that.
What was wrong? You couldn't find anything there, could you? Not one of your precious holes, huh? You did think about this calmly and rationally. Ironfield was Larry lost managed to move between the two countries. Where the Ironfield was found soaked in the middle of a pool. So that location Detective Gumshoe should be investigating is here. Is it here? The other side of the pool?
Yes, sir. I'll be back before you know it.
Oh, I think we got it. It's too late. It doesn't matter what you do. It's all a waste of time. You will stay here with us and wait. Okay.
This is Edgeworth. Mr. Edgeworth is here, sir. There's a reservoir just like in the Rose Garden.
What the fuck? How did we not see it?
Just as I suspected.
What is it?
The two sides of the embassy are mirror images of each other, which means that there's also a pole in the corresponding location on Babyl's side.
A pole?
And Mr. Cochin's body was moved into Babel through the pool in Alabas.
Avoiding a topic with a vague answer like that is very unbecoming of a prosecutor. If you don't mind, I'd like to see more physical proof if you have any.
The Ironfield is possibly soaked in water. Why do you think that is? It's because he was fished out of a pool, not just any pool. It was the Babylese one.
I think it's pretty obvious at this point what must be true. An underwater reservoir.
And the two courtyards are connected.
And where is your proof that the two sides are connected?
The proof is right there before your very eyes. The half-drowned Iron Infant.
Nani? This blasted doll!
Mr. Edgeworth, I'm back! Hey, don't tell me you guys figured out everything out without me!
Yes, you idiot.
We did it. It's thanks to this hero of justice's son. Even if he is just a doll, he managed to foil the villain.
Hey, Mr. Prosecutor, looks like I don't want to say this, but it's kind of unlikely that the body just happened to pass on through the Babel. This guy's a doll and he's so small, I can't believe it made it, but... He has a point. Yes, that's right. I'm glad someone is here that understands. They can lower the water. Mr. Andrew, are you gonna next propose that a dead body can swim through a pipe? You see, Mr. Prosecutor, our chase after this man is far from over. Agent Lang.
Why is he helping Mr. Alba out now?
He's not. He realized the flaw in my argument and is helping to move the logic along. In which case, I should return the favor and find an answer. They lowered the water. And another thing, Mr. Kochan's body was found in his office in Babel. So what happened to his body after it was transported into the open air stage? Mr. Alba had an accomplice in Babel, remember? You mean Shinna, right?
Dang.
With her there, you could see how it was possible to move the body up to the office. Are you seriously claiming that she swam through the connecting pipe with the body?
He's right. Miss Shinna would drown if she did that.
It's hard to imagine that she swam through the connecting pipe. It looks like your hypothesis about how the body was moved is still only half-baked. In the end, it's all just befuddled musings of an accusatory man. Now that I believe you should give up and allow me passage. Because from the start, there was no feasible method of transporting the body. Nani?
The water level was lowered!
Mr. Prosecutor, recall Shinna's movements. What was happening in the embassy around the time Miss Shinna was in Babel?
Oh, if only there was a way to get rid of the water in the pool.
Get rid of the water? Aha, that's it. That's what I've been saying, guys. Now I believe in this. We are really done here, right? Unfortunately for you, it's far from over, Mr. Alba. You are the most persistent man. Are you saying that you've thought a way to move the body through the water? Move the body through the water? That is completely unrelated how it was done. Excuse me? The reason I say is because there wasn't any water there at the time. What do you mean there wasn't any water? Just what it sounds like. Tonight's events made it possible to drain the water, even allowing the body to be moved.
Take that!
What is the meaning of this?
What is that supposed to prove?
Yes, what is that supposed to be, Detective Gumshoe? Oh, me? I have no idea, sir, you fuck... No, I did not mean to put out wrong evidence. Mr. Andrew, that question's directed at you. God. It would appear that I presented the wrong piece of evidence. It would seem that you didn't hear me just now. Let's try again, shall we?
There's no... It's not this... Yeah, there's no... I mean, I guess.
Take that!
Nope, I was wrong again. Is it the fire? It has to be.
Tonight, the Yatagras has set fire to a variety of locations in the Babylese embassy. In order to put the fires out, much of the reservoir's water was used. Oh yeah, it was used. Of course, when the water was used, the reservoir's water level went down. If it's enough water was drained, the connecting pipe used to traverse the border. So what? The water level went down. The reservoirs were connected. Does any of this matter? You can't prove any of this. Pretending to be ignorant won't work with me. We both know what kind of situation we're in right now. Even in the game, there comes a critical, game-changing moment. A moment in which you hit a wall you must overcome in order to beat the game. I have not lost yet. I found a route you use to smuggle the body, and that route will lead to your defeat. Even if all the water was used by the firefighting effort, you still can't really call it a smuggling route. I know that. I should have figured that you would notice. Hey, Mr. Alba, how deep are these pools anyway? I'll have you know those pools are extremely deep. And there is no ladders or footholds along the walls either. It would be very difficult for Shinna to hold the body and climb out of the pool. Ladders or footholds along the walls, there is no need for such things. What do you mean? If one were to use a certain something, he could just go up and down the pool at will. It looks like you got an answer already. We explored that earlier. Well, what are you waiting for, Mr. Prosecutor? Enlighten us already. The way in which Miss Shinna and the body were able to rise up to the ground level. If there was a way to control the water level, that would be the way to move the body as well. I can't believe they made this plan, connecting the pipes through. Just use the body and Miss Shinna and move up and down the pool. The fucking fountain sprouts. Mr. Alba used the fountain sprouts in a matter of speaking. He used the fountain sprouts? How so? The water level in the pools can be controlled by opening and closing the spouts. Miss Shinna and the body were lifted upward by buoyancy in water. The fire in the babbly side and the firefighting effort. These were set in motion for the sake of smuggling Mr. Cochin's body. Shall I show you where to find the final destination my train of logic leads? First, Mr. Alba closed the fountain spouts in advance and prepared ancient things to do so. Then he took the pushcart that was brought into the rose garden and pushed it along the iron infit and Mr. Cochin's body into the pool. At this time, Miss Shinna was busy conveniently starting the first fire in Babel. So he made the first open-air stage pool to wait for the firefighting effort to begin. When the firefighters used the water in that pool, the water level went down. And by the time the fire was put out, the pipe between the two pools was exposed. And this is where she pushed the cart from Alabasta into Babel. And once that was accomplished, Mr. Alba simply had to open the fountain spouts once more. That was a moment window of time though. Jesus. Shinna was doing all the work though. And the water level rose to the original level along with Miss Shinna and the body. And after that, Miss Shinna used the pushcart to carry the body up to the Secretariat's office. There is an elevator in the embassy after all, so you see. Even with her small frame, she could have easily transported Mr. Cochin's body. And that wraps up my thorough explanation how the body was moved. No! Well, Miss Ex-Ambassador Alba, what do you think? Not so untouchable with your precious extraterritorial rights to protect you, are you?
I knew you could do it, Mr. Edgeworth. Way to fight back.
You accuse me of moving the body across the country lines. But when you get down to the nitty-gritty, you don't have what it takes to indict me.
The nitty-gritty? What does this old man want now?
Proof, I believe, is what he seeks. Yes, proof. Without any, who is to say whether or not any of what you said is really what happened?
He wants proof? What are we going to do, Mr. Edgeworth?
There is no need to worry. I've had it all the proof we need all along. There was proof that there was an item left behind. The body wasn't the only thing going through the pool's connecting pipe tonight. That's as Detective Galton, she found a postcard in the open stage area. So too did I find one other item there. And that piece of evidence is what will prove that the pools were the smuggling route. That one piece of evidence that stood out there. There's another thing I'll smuggle with that was open air stage area. The pick.
Take that.
And what's that exactly is this? You have no idea, do you? This little piece that I found in Babbly's side will be your undoing. A guitar pick. Would you care to explain how is that gonna do me in, as it were? Much to your chagrin, perhaps, but this is not a guitar pick. Nani? This is something I found at the open-air stage which was transported with the body. I naturally assume you would recognize it since you took a photo with it after all. But since you don't allow me to show you what fragrance from the stage area belongs to. Shit. Is it the knife? It has to be, no? Let's take a good look at the murder weapon that was used to kill Manny Cochin. Oh! That's the missing petal. On the handle of this knife, there's a beautifully blooming flower. However, it appeared that it's missing a single petal. Now let's see what happens if we try to fit this pick in that open slot. It fits right in. It's a perfect fit. I assume that the petal must have fallen off the flower during Mr. Cochin's murder. And it was accidentally placed into the pushcart along with Mr. Cochin's body. That's an interesting story, nothing more. Oh, I assure you it's more than just a story. Because for some odd reason, the flower petal was wet when I found it. It was wet, you say? Yes, and the only place I could have gotten wet is from the open-air stage's pool. Now I ask you, how did the portable weapon, which was smuggled into the theater, wind up in the open-air stage area on the babbly side of the embassy? I don't think I need to waste any words explaining this, as the petal explains it all for me. It proves that someone went from the Rose Garden's pool on through into Babel. Impossible! The people of Zangfa have been waiting to see him face to face, Mr. Alba. I'll tell everyone back home when we'll be there soon. You should be happy. Why? Why? It's a little late to be asking that question. You should have known from this from the very beginning, when you took your first life. No matter how you may plot, you may try to cover it all up. You may never hide your crime and what you've done. Because we're here to see to justice to serve the people like you. You can't go down when you're given a perfect argument. You know, I don't think this guy is going to ever admit to his wrongdoings, Mr. Edgeworth. Because he values himself above all else. He doesn't even care for anyone. People can't be negotiated with, or people who refuse to admit when they've lost. I don't believe those kinds of people really exist, because everyone breaks eventually. You're right. In that case, I have no choice but to use all the evidence I have. I'll use it all until he breaks under the weight of his crimes. Sir Alba, I request you testify once more. This really will be the end of the line. Dang, we're still not done with this case. Jeez. Alright, fine then. I guess I'll see you guys all next time. Finally do the final part of this damn case. Alright then.